Well, I would first of all like to thank the elders, the chiefs, the vice chiefs, the dignitaries, and the opportunity to speak on this very distinguished panel. Having listened to all of the speakers, I don't feel that I'm in the same league. I'm still in a learning phase, learning about Aboriginal people and some of the issues. But I think it's really important to remember today didn't just happen. Where we are didn't happen overnight. Vice Chief Joseph highlighted that this goes back over 100 years ago, and the government, the police services, society as general has not delivered on their promises. And that affects all of us, everyone in this room. 5 years ago, we had an incident which occurred in this city which brought this issue to the forefront. And while I am not proud, and the members of our police service are not proud of what we did, I can tell you we have learned from that. With Darrell Knight coming forward and identifying that we had officers dropping off First Nations people, it was an embarrassment. It was a travesty. But every police department, in this province has learned from our mistake. We have had a government that has responded positively. They introduced the Commission on First Nations and Métis and Justice Reform, and they have now received the report on that with significant recommendations on improving the judicial system in this province. We had the Commission of Inquiry into the death and circumstances of the death surrounding Neil Stonechild and the investigation that our police service did. And that was a significant event, and as everyone in this room knows, there were recommendations and findings from that which we as a service have agreed with. But this was the impetus to move forward, and I think it's important for us to learn and to look at how important the question is about First Nations, Métis peoples, and policing in this province. This is not just a Saskatoon question. It's not just a Saskatchewan question. This is a question facing our entire country. And when I look around this room, I see many friends. I see colleagues from Regina, from the RCMP. I see my own staff here. I see the chief from PA is here. This is important to the policing community. I see Oliver Williams from the Special Investigations Unit. This is not something that we, who have to look at police conduct, take lightly. This is an important issue, and it's a significant issue, but it is not simply a police issue. It goes far beyond just the police. For example, how many children in this country could tell you anything about treaties? I would venture to say very, very few. This is an education issue. This is a health issue. FAS, FAE, they are affecting the First Nations and Métis people in this province, and it is causing us in the judicial system concern. Last night in watching the movie Two Worlds Collide that was filmed and produced here, and Tasha Hubbard should be congratulated for her achievement, and the National Film Board as well, they cited a statistic, and I likely have this wrong, but they said, you know, in this province, in the province of Saskatchewan, an Aboriginal person is more likely to be sent to jail than to graduate from high school. That is a sad, sad commentary on our society. Having said that, however, I think this is something that we can change by working together. And while we have a long way to go, I think the future, the bright future, really is in the near future. I think one of the things that we have to recognize is the First Nations and Métis populations in this province in particular is growing in leaps and bounds. And that is exciting. It's exciting because those are the future employees. Those are the future consumers. Those are the people who are going to be running this province in very short order. Now you may think, oh yeah, but that's 30 or 40 years potentially. You know something, when you consider it's taken us over 100 years to get here, 30 or 40 years is actually coming up fairly quickly, and it is a positive thing for this province and for all of us.